Good afternoon parents, good afternoon BTeC students. This video is to outline AUEA's position on the BTeC examinations in January following the Pearson's and government announcement yesterday. As you're aware, on Sunday, on the announcement of the Tier 5 lockdown, it was confirmed that all vocation exams in January would continue. Late yesterday, they then adjusted this to say that it was down to each centre to decide whether those examinations should continue. And in fact, I know that many centres across the country have decided to cancel those exams, and many are also still continuing with those exams, or some are just doing some of the exams. There's a real mix now across the country. What it has caused, though, is extensive confusion and anxiety to you as parents and to you as students. So I really apologise that these late announcements and these rapid changes are causing this additional stress to you. They're certainly giving me a lot of stress during this period. So what is the school's position on the BTeC exams? Our position is that you and we strongly recommend that you do the BTeC examination now. I'll explain why that is momentarily. However, I and AUEA will not force any child or any family to send a child to a BTeC exam that they are not comfortable at doing. That means that the decision that has been passed to me by the government, I am able to pass to you directly as the parent and the student about whether you should do the exam. That means that you have the right to say, I am not coming to my exam. If that was the case, you would need to notify the exams office via the email that I've included within the email that I've sent you, so the email address that I've included within the email that I've sent you, and notify them that you're not attending. That would mean then that you'd be marked down as self-isolating and would automatically mean that you are deferred back to the next exam window, be that the summer, or if you're in year 12, could even be into next year. It may be that it generates a grade, it may be that it doesn't generate a grade. The simple answer is we don't know at this time. So the easy decision and obvious decision might be for you that you think, that's great, I will just cancel my exam and I won't attend there. Nice and simple. And you have the right to do that. However, why am I then, why Mr Locke-Wheaton, why is AUEA then strongly recommending as a family, as a parent and as a student, you consider and strongly recommend that you do your BTeC exam now? Although Pearson on their website last night said that they would not expect there to be any disadvantage of students not doing their exams in the window now of January, we really strongly cannot see why that would not be the case of disadvantage. The reason being is you've been studying since September with your teachers in a face-to-face environment, ready to do those exams. And in fact, your teachers are saying not only are you ready, that you will go on to smash those exams and a real chance to get those exams done. Getting those grades done and out of the way now to a really high standard is really important. You've got many units to undertake for the rest of this year and for the rest of the 2 years if you're in year 12. Having those exams carrying on or having that work to do at a later point is not relieving anxiety, it's just pushing that anxiety further down the road. Also, what's more important is you won't be having any lessons in those subjects again. So for example, for Unit 1 Engineering, you won't be studying that again. You will not be having lessons each week on those subjects ready for your exam. You will therefore have to self-study and self-revise at that point when the exam comes. And the concern for Year 12 students, that could be into next year, into January next year, or even into July next year or June, July next year, because you're on a 2-year course. There's been talk around whether a centre assessed or calculated grade would be done for you. We don't know what that means. That could be a grade that's required to build on your mock data. Clearly would be lower because that doesn't reflect on where you are now based on that original learning back in November. It could be that it's based on an aggregated grade that comes from your other units or on another way that they're going to calculate it. And we saw last year from the algorithm, there is no confidence in any type of system to generate data for you. You should be in control of your own data by doing the exam. So our recommendation is actually the least disadvantage point for you in time is now. We are open. We are safe for you to come into school and undertake that exam using our social distancing and mechanisms to minimise risk of coronavirus. That might seem a little bit arrogant to say that we are risk-free. Well, of course we're not risk-free. No environment can be risk-free. As a health and safety specialist centre, of course we know that. But what we can do, and what we have done, is put in place really strong and clear processes to make it absolutely as safe as it can ever be for you as a student. You'll arrive at the school, and again, we'd recommend that you're dropped off at the school rather than public transport, but you'll arrive at the school by your means and you'll be socially distanced. You will queue up and wash your hands as you normally do. You will go through without going to anywhere else and move through and go to the hall environment where you'll have your own desk. Each hall environment has been cleaned, has been deep cleaned to ensure there is no viral contamination risk there. All of our staff have undertaken tests within the new test centre we have at AUEA. All students will be required to wear masks the entire time in a very large and well ventilated room. At the end of the exam, you will be dismissed individually and you will leave the building straight away without having contact with anybody else. You can keep that social distance. That is up to you outside the building, and you can absolutely keep that going through and in the building and into your exam. For those students studying science with repeating exams, not just a one-off exam like engineering is, you will be the ability to be tested as well to ensure there is no asymptomatic pupils in between each of those exams as well. So we strongly recommend that you consider doing your exams now. This is the right time for you. You've studied for them. You're ready to do them. However, if you don't wish to do those exams, I respect that, and I respect your family's decision on that. I hope you understand this is a really positive message to you, and that this message allows you as young adults and as parents to make the decision that is right for you and right for your family, depending on your situation. If you decide that you're not doing the exam, please do ensure that you contact the exams office via the email address within my email, or I will see you in person over the next week, depending on your exam timetable, which again is included within the email. Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.